People in Encanto described their neighborhood park as frozen in time, saying the city of San Diego's ignored it for years. I'm Jesse Pagan. Carlo Giacchetto's off tonight.
I'm Marcella Lee. CBS 8's Shannon Handy is working for you on this story. She joins us live from Encanto with a look at how run down this park is and how the city is responding. Shannon?
Yeah, Marcella and Jesse, I'm here in Emerald Hills Park. This is actually one of two playgrounds within the entire park, and it's pretty sad looking. I mean, you can see the equipment's old, it has chip paint, and some of it doesn't even work. Now, neighbors say they were promised a new park by the city years ago. They even helped secure funding for it, but so far, nothing's changed. It's not 5-year-old Noah's favorite playground. He just plays here because it's the closest one to his house.
Well, I really want to see it's nice and clean.
You want a nice and clean playground? Noah speaks for a lot of people in Encanto who say Emerald Hills Park is anything but a shining example of what a recreation area should be.
A little run down, old. Probably built in '78 when the houses were built around here.
Yeah, everyone talks about how rundown the playground equipment is here.
Abby Martin is Noah's mom. She calls portions of the park embarrassing. Take this slide, for example, which is dented and made of metal, making it too dangerous for kids on hot days. The climbing structure is rusted and has chip paint. Then there are these so-called spring riders, which don't move at all.
Maybe these might need some springy movers.
They're part of a long list of complaints neighbors have. The tennis and basketball courts are cracked and the bathrooms are run down. Add in the water fountains, which they'd like to see replaced as well. This petition on change.org is calling on this city to revamp the entire area, saying it's been ignored for too long.
It's not meeting the needs of the community now.
Evelyn Smith has lived in the area for 50 years. During that time, she says the neighborhood has grown, yet the park hasn't evolved. Evelyn chairs both the Emerald Hills Town Council as well as the Encanto Park and Rec Board. She told me Emerald Hills was slated a few years ago to get a new park, which will include an amphitheater and dog park, but progress has been slow, in part because there's not enough money for it.
We have some fundings, but we do not have enough funds to do the entire park.
I checked with the city and found Emerald Hills Park listed on its website as a to-be-determined project with no set date. So I reached out to a spokesperson who said they are working to get answers to the questions I have. In the meantime, people around here will continue to wait for an update, which I hope will happen soon.
They want a park just like we have in the parks on the north of 8. We want nice things for the children of this community.
And again, the city did respond, and a spokesperson told me because there are so many departments involved with this project, it's going to take some time to give us the information we are asking for. So once we get the answers to our questions, we of course will update this story and share that with you.
Now, Shannon, you mentioned there are funds, some money set aside for some of the improvements needed. Any idea why this project's been delayed?
We're still trying to figure that out, but Evelyn said in working with the city, you know, it takes time. There's a lot of red tape. There's different things like the environmental impact report you have to work through. But neighbors are telling us there's more than $2 million in funding set aside for this project. So they're saying, hey, why don't you fix some things and then leave the rest for later? So we're still trying to figure out what their plan is. But Evelyn did say, keep in mind that we are in Encanto and there's other parks in this area, some of which were damaged during the floods that we had. So she says that's probably the priority right now, which will push this project back even longer. So we will see what the city says about this specific project, and we of course will share that with our viewers.
All right, Shannon Handy live for us tonight, starting to uncover what's going on with that park. Shannon, thank you. Here at CBS 8, we want to help solve problems affecting you. If there's something you'd like us to look into in your neighborhood, email us at workingforyou@cbs8.com. The County Board of Supervisors just approved plans to develop a long-term migrant transfer site. Today, they also unanimously agreed to send a letter to federal lawmakers calling on them to work with President Biden on immigration reform. Last week, the Migrant Welcome Center closed because of a lack of funding. It fed migrants and connected them to resources. The center's closure caused an influx of people at our transit centers.
The IRS says, excuse me, it is extending the federal tax deadline for families affected by last month's flooding. The state controller made a similar announcement today about state taxes. If you were impacted by the floods, you may have until June 17th to file your returns. The relief is applied to anyone with an IRS address of record in the disaster area. For more information on exactly who is eligible, we put a link to the IRS website on our help button. Just visit cbs8.com. The local group Power San Diego wants to replace SDG&E with a nonprofit utility. Today, they held a demonstration outside Sempra headquarters, the parent company of SDG&E. These people are upset by Sempra's announcement that it made close to $3 billion in profits last year. This as many San Diegans struggle to pay their power bills. We talked with a woman in her 80s today. She says her bill more than doubled in just a month.
When I called them, they said, oh, maybe you had entertaining, maybe you were putting on the lights too much, and they started blaming me. I said, excuse me, I'm 86, I don't have entertainment, I have no one socializing.
Sempra sent us a statement about complaints of high bills. It says in part, quote, we have programs in place across the Sempra family of companies to improve productivity and efficiency for the benefit of customers. The city of Escondido could be changing how it deals with homelessness. Tomorrow they are voting on a new proposal. The policy would be stricter than the state's approach to homelessness. Under the proposal, the city would not aid any programs that allow drug use and would not hand out any tarps or tents. The policy also outlines a city-run shelter that would serve only Escondido residents.
If you noticed a strange chemical-like smell in the air this morning, you were not alone. San Diego Fire Rescue tells us they're also aware of the reports, but haven't yet confirmed its actual source. One viewer told us it smelled like something burning. We also got similar reports in other places from around the county, some in central San Diego.
A local superintendent is developing an educational initiative that will potentially make a significant leap forward in modernizing teaching approaches.
CBS 8's Ariana Cohen has more tonight from North Broadway Elementary School in Escondido.
This year, 4 schools, including this one in the Escondido Union School District, are developing a redesign plan to empower students.
We have the Escondido High School just down the street from us.
Escondido Union School District Superintendent Luis Rankins Ibarra is spearheading an innovative initiative known as the Framework for the Future, aimed at modernizing education practices with local schools.
We've adopted a learning model that really talks about personalization of learning for our students.
They can see what it does.
Principal at North Broadway Elementary School, Cherry Moore, is on the district's redesign team.
The framework gives us a guiding light. It gives us consistency in our district to really reach some outcomes that our students really need for 21st century learning.
In order to address students' evolving needs in a modern era, the framework focuses on 5 initiatives, including school redesign, which promotes learning outcomes, learning model implementation, maximized educator collaboration time, authentic learning experiences, and preparing learners for future opportunities. With a growing Hispanic and Latino student population, the initiative also underscores a commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, with plans to implement programs that support students from all backgrounds and abilities.
So adding movable furniture.
Principal Moore says she will present her ideas to the rest of the design team in April and that it will be an ongoing process.
This is an incredible opportunity.
When you have creative problem solvers.
As Superintendent Ibarra looks ahead, he envisions this will be a catalyst for student success district-wide.
So we're talking about connecting students to careers, future careers, exploring all the things that are possible for the students at an early age.
For more info about the program, go to cbs8.com. By 2026, all schools in the Escondido Union School District will complete a redesign action plan. Reporting in Escondido, Ariana Cohen, CBS 8.